On? Are you sure you're here?
Hello.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Welcome to Canonsburg UP Church online. I don't know what this is. I guess
this is Facebook.
We've never actually titled this, have we?
No, it's just sometime.
Yeah, sometimes Kenton with friends or something like that.
But I don't have any friends right now. Just you. Are you my
just
friend?
Me. Yeah, I don't know.
I know it's May 17th.
May 17th, Wednesday, May 17th.
And then next Wednesday is May 24th.
That's how it works.
And then the next Wednesday after that, you'll be gone.
Yeah, I will be. I'll be
all right.
Before we continue.
I'll be all right.
Before we continue, I have a PSA.
A public service
announcement.
Okay.
So,
John G. Carmike.
For everybody who's on Facebook right now, I want you to pause for a quick second. Hey, I need you to be aware of something really
important.
You need to stay off the sidewalks.
What?
Stay off the sidewalks.
Stay off the sidewalks?
Stay off the sidewalks.
Why?
There's a new driver, licensed legal driver, and so you need to keep safe. Stay off the sidewalks.
Oh my! Brennan Coleman got his driver's license.
He has his full. I guess he is a junior license.
Yes,
which is a little. I got to say, it's a little.
He has to be home by midnight.
I guess emasculating, but it has nothing to do with being masculine.
No,
it's
has to be home by midnight.
It's a little. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I forgot about junior licenses. That's funny.
I'm glad to know he has to be home by midnight. I had no idea.
And not that he'd be running around after that.
If he's out that late, we're in trouble in a lot of reasons.
I know, and then you've got to buy him a car.
You want to hear this? You want to hear the story?
Where is?
Let me share the story.
Go ahead.
I don't know. We got to sell it.
Okay.
Worth more to somebody else. So yesterday, after talking about it publicly enough, and there being a little bit of challenge with parallel parking, I've not been talking about it recently. Lower.
That's okay.
But yesterday afternoon, 4 o'clock, he was supposed to show up. So I drove him there to Washington. We got there about 7, 8 till. So. A couple of people ahead of him, at least one.
It's always nice when you can watch somebody else.
It's after 4 o'clock before they're even ready. Finally, and their chirp, the staff is kind of like, there's a couple of staff members who are kind of like, let's hurry up and get out of here. Well, somebody before Brennan was a amazing person. Knows 4 languages, came over here from Afghanistan, wants to go serve in the U.S. military, all this stuff. Anyway, we didn't know all this stuff. We knew a little bit. We're kind of like seeing some. Anyway, Brennan finally goes out on the test. And so if you haven't watched it before,
in years.
Parallel parking first. Couple of cones into the parking lot. You can see it from the lobby. And so there, I see them sitting in a parking space. I guess they're doing all over do you know where to touch all this stuff? Meanwhile, there's a white SUV circling and parallel parking 2 times. They cut back for a 3rd time, and I'm thinking to myself, this person either has failed and is
trying to get learned,
and is being given grace, or I don't know. Well, so Brennan finally, with his instructor, starts driving towards the parallel parking area. The white SUV comes back out and then is like trying to get it. I guess they were just practicing. They weren't a test. They're not supposed to be practicing during the testing times. So I'm thinking, oh boy.
Yeah. How'd Brennan do? Did he pass?
So he pulls in. No, he didn't. He did it first try. Didn't have to do any weird stuff. And I see him pull. I'm like, did he pass? And they turn the right-hand signal on, which means he's going out on the course. And so 10 minutes, 5 minutes, he was gone for almost no. I'm sure the instructor did the right thing. But there was a part of me that said, did he give him a short course in order to hurry up and get out of here?
Well, either way, he'll pass.
If he passed the parallel parking, he's done. He's
that's all that matters.
So we get home last night. Last night's a busy night. We had a choir, Brennan's spring choir concert at the middle school. They did it at the middle school.
Oh, because that's the new school.
New gymnasium, new auditorium. Anyway, well, I had to make dinner. We had to be ready.
Oh, yeah.
And he had to be there at like 5:30.
Oh, and you had to make dinner.
Concert at 7.
Oh, my goodness.
So
did you give him a car?
We let him drive himself.
Was he all excited?
Yeah, he was pretty excited. So Bridget's, on the phone, figuring out the insurance, getting him on fully, and then he takes the car by himself.
Well, and I'm sure he was grinning from ear to ear.
He was pretty excited.
Aww.
He played a terrible trick on his mother, though.
What did he do?
I had been messaging Bridget saying, he made it out of the park. He made it out of the parallel parking. Oh, he's just pulling back in now. And then he messages, I didn't pass.
Did he? To you or to Bridget?
No, in a group thread between the three of us. And, 3, 4, 5, 6 messages she sent. How did this happen? What's going on? I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, you need to. So, of course, before we leave the parking lot, he calls her up and
says, Mom,
I passed. And
what did the other two say?
Yeah.
Until they want to go someplace.
Bria has, she wanted him to drive her to school on her final day of school. I think that was what it was. So which doesn't make any sense because Brennan starts school before she does.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's going to happen. So get dropped off and stand around for an hour?
Yeah, I guess that's what she's going to do.
Yeah.
No,
it's not happening.
Not gonna
so anyway, so kind of some big news in our house last night.
Big news. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and now we'll have a third possible driver for our trip. Yeah.
Your trip when?
Remember on the sabbatical trip? Yeah, this summer. This summer, you all right?
I'm okay.
Kenton's he'll be all right.
What is it again?
A sabbatical. Yeah.
Say it again. I can't take it.
Sabbatical.
I can't take it. What am I going to do? What am I going to... Oh, we're on.
No. I'm going to say you've got 1 million friends and followers out there.
I know, but my heart. What about my heart?
While I'm away on sabbatical, I'm inviting you to do 2 things. You could do both. You could do one of these 2 things. One, reach out to Kenton. Ease his heart. Maybe take him to lunch, or just have him take you to lunch. That's what he does for me. Take him to lunch, or invite him over for dinner, coffee, whatever, something like that. Get together with Kenton. Poor guy's heart's breaking. Number 2, you could sit here. You could talk. You could be online.
You could be. You could take his place.
For all the people who are afraid of public speaking, this isn't public speaking.
No, it surely
There's nobody here.
Especially today, there's nobody here.
0.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just me and you, bub.
Just you and I.
Yep.
Actually, you and me. Yeah, right. It is I.
It isn't?
I mean, I am here. Maybe it is you.
Yeah, it's you and I. It's not you and me.
Yeah.
You and I
is here. Yeah, I is here. I am here.
Yeah.
I is here.
Well, you's here, all right. Yeah. But
if you speak fast enough, you don't have to worry about grammar.
So this is the 17th, and then the next Wednesday is the 24th.
This is the second last Wednesday. We'll be doing this until August.
It'll be me and you and me.
Yep.
Until
August 16th.
Oh my goodness!
3 days before my anniversary.
And I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna see you.
I mean, you might call.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's not right, Don.
You'll manage.
No. How do you know?
Because I know that there's 1 million people in this community who are going to reach out to you. People from Texas are going to call you. People from Canada are you going to call? People from California are going to call you.
Of Canada.
Okay.
Your aunt.
Which aunt?
Falsetto.
Yes, Margaret. Yes.
She wished me happy birthday on my birthday. Yes,
she knows your birthday.
Well, it's on Facebook.
Okay.
And she wished me up.
I
thought, God bless her.
I will see my aunt on June the 3rd.
You're going right.
We will be at a family reunion.
Are you going to New York on Sunday?
Oh man, I gotta open up the cottage for like a day and a half,
and then run home,
and then come back, prepare, go up to Canada for a reunion. Yeah, it's gonna be rest in a very active way. It's going to be a very active rest.
Well, I do hope that you have enough sense to, and the other thing is that in these last few weeks coming down to this, you've been working like a fool.
Yeah.
And that becomes a habit sometimes.
One meeting
being on high speed.
One meeting just got canceled for tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's always good.
My annual review said, yeah, we don't need to worry about that.
You know why?
not going to have a call to come back to. No, that wasn't the one. That one's still happening. The sabbatical team said, I think we got things in hand. Yeah. So I got that, and I got the session meeting on Monday. That might be my only meetings.
Oh, so that'll be when they terminate. I mean, that'll be... Yeah.
No, the congregation has to do that.
Terminate you?
Yeah, session doesn't play that role.
Well, the congregation...
We get together every year. Remember, every year they say...
Oh, yeah.
Every year we get one of these.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of these. Yeah. I don't know what that means. What is that?
No. Well, you know what? You get... I love, what I like is the little paper ballots whenever we vote with paper. So it's secret.
We've never, I'm trying to think.
I have, maybe not here. We've never done that here.
I've done it for presbytery meetings. I don't think I've ever, in any congregation I've been a part of, I don't recall paper ballots. The biggest one for paper ballots that I think the presbytery might do this somewhat regularly. So the General Assembly meets every 2 years. This is the whole gathering of the Presbyterian Church USA. They have all these overtures that they make, and then they vote on them. Well, sometimes you just got like 20 things. So it's just easier to go tick, 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 here you go, rather than verbally walk through everything.
Right. So. Right. It's been a while since we had a
paper ballot.
Yeah, paper ballot.
How about passing around little marbles?
Marbles?
Yeah, little black or white marbles.
No, I never heard of that.
Secret societies. At least that's what all the movies show. I don't know. I've never been a part of one.
Marbles?
Yeah, you put them in like a little...
black as no?
Yeah, you put them in a little thing, and that's what's being blackballed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I just did read something about that.
I don't know.
I don't think it was marbles,
Movies.
Yeah.
If movies are always correct, aren't they?
Movies, they're crazy movies. So are books, though. I'm a big fiction reader.
Okay, I've got a book for you.
Yeah?
I think I told you this. Maybe I didn't. It's fiction.
Cool.
It's a tome. It's like really big.
That's fine.
All right. The Name of the Rose.
That's the name of the book, The Name of the Rose.
Yeah. Hey. I'm blanking on the author's name, but he's since deceased. But celebrated award-winning author. They made a movie about this book.
Oh.
I was meeting with somebody a month or so ago.
Called The Rose with Bette Midler?
The Name of the... The Name of the Rose. So The Name of the Rose...
remember we talked about that, a couple months back again. And because I started to play it on Some Say Love. Remember we talked about that.
Some
you
say
said,
love.
Yeah. And you said what was the name? And you said what was the name of the movie. And that
you couldn't remember it.
It's The Rose.
It's The Rose.
Yeah.
So
we were singing the song and
The Name of the Rose.
Oh.
The movie starred the debonair and very Scottish Sean Connery.
Oh.
And I guess Christian Slater too.
Oh.
So anyway, somebody was telling me about the movie, and that it was really good, and it had, it takes place in like the 1600s in a monastery, and it's kind of like a whodunit mystery.
Yeah.
And they said they'd never read the book, but they'd watched the movie. It was a really good movie, and it came about from something we were talking about. And I said, you know what? I'm going to buy the book, and I don't know, a fifth of the way through it. Like I said, it's a tome. It's
well, you
big.
don't have...
Yeah, I don't have what?
We don't have a lot of time to read.
No, I mean, I don't sit down and read for 2 hours at a time.
See, I will. But
yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
In the Name of the Rose, or the Name of the Rose.
Name of the Rose.
I'll watch the movie. I'll finish the book, and then I'll find the movie somewhere and watch it and see how closely.
I'll say it in my remote today and see if something.
The Name of the. I bet it will.
The Name of the Rose.
The Name of the Rose. Sean Connery, Christian Slater.
Oh. Yeah. Never heard of the movie, but.
No.
What is it like along of the Rose line and? In what's Dan Brown's book.
So that's the funny thing. Yeah. So in my conversation, I said, well, this sounds a lot like Dan around, and I Googled whether or not there was any. Doesn't seem like there was any. Yeah. There were some similarities, intrigue in the church, hundreds of years ago. But other than that,
well, you know what? If that rose line runs true to what the movie portrayed, that's amazing.
I don't think it's real.
Don't you?
No.
I think it is.
Are we talking about the same thing, that Jesus had a child?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, maybe I...
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there's that line he followed through. Is it Rome?
I don't know.
Or Paris?
I never read
Rome.
I never read Dan's books.
You never watched the movies?
I watched the one movie.
With Tom Hanks?
Yeah. I found it to be meh. And Tom Hanks with a ponytail, meh.
Well,
meh.
He was the professor.
I've had a lot of professors over the years.
What was his main fear? Tom Hanks.
No idea.
Can you remember?
No.
In the character of the movie.
Yeah, I have no idea.
When he was a kid, he fell down a well.
Okay.
And he was afraid of enclosed spaces.
So he had claustrophobia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he had a hard time with it.
Well.
Yeah. But
do you have claustrophobia?
No.
Okay.
No, I can do an MRI in a heartbeat.
I don't, but I've never really been in a really constrictive situation.
Well,
I don't think I would not want to go spelunking in spaces I had to squeeze through. Like that's
because you know why? Because the Earth is always changing.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't want to get caught to wherever.
Yeah, that's what MRI I've never had, but I know lots of people have been anxious about them.
But you know what? The MRI, even if it's an open MRI, sooner or later there's a band that goes across your face.
Okay.
And if you lay there and if you open your eyes, it's like right here.
Oh, okay.
And that freaks people out. I'm like, close your eyes, go to sleep.
I've heard that it's too loud to like.
Well, it really isn't loud anymore it used to be loud.
All right.
It used to bang, 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 bang. Not anymore.
Okay.
I'm
hoping that I can go through my life without having to have an MRI.
You won't, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not concerned.
There's no fear about it. I know people that just won't have one.
Yeah.
Or they have to take a Valium before they go in there and do it because they're.
I'm not a big fan of high spaces or high places,
no,
but
me neither.
Not like afraid.
I'm
just
afraid.
Not a fan.
Well, I'm afraid because I have a feeling of falling. As soon as I get to that high place, I feel like I'm going to fall.
Speaking of, there's a television show I want to say on Disney Plus. I can't remember for certain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something about what is it? It's like it's not. It's like it's. I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, it stars Thor from the Marvel movies. Who am I? Australian.
Yeah,
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, so he. This one episode that I was kind of watching at a distance as my kids are watching. Anyway, he's training for going up and doing this. What is it? They call it a crane walk.
Oh my goodness!
So all the way up on this huge, multi-story building. I think it's in Australia, and then walks out along this beam, which couldn't be more than maybe 2 feet wide.
Oh my!
Goes out and comes back. And man, I mean, he does underwater training for it. There's a high. Oh no! I mean,
how do you not look down?
Yeah. Well, what's they do a good job of making this for television. And so he gets out part way, and they're tracking his heart rate and his breathing and all this kind of stuff. And it's getting high, it's whatever. Well, he goes out. He finally kind of manages it, gets all the way to the end, turns around. And it's at then where they're piping in his talk afterwards, and he's on a walkie while he's doing it, and all right, your heart rate was up to here, now it's down here, whatever. He's moving. Well, he gets back halfway, and he doesn't do anything crazy, but he's doing some Tai Chi stuff.
Oh, wow, he's up there.
And he does like
great. Oh yeah,
I know, Karate Kid on and it's just like, oh my good. And of course, this triumphant music and stuff. It wasn't necessarily a fear of his, but for anybody doing this. It's pretty. Anyway, so
it's crazy. That's crazy.
I was thinking to myself, I think I'd rather jump out of a plane than do that.
You know what I always wanted to do in my life?
There's a lot of things, but
go ahead. One of them
Mm-hmm.
is ride a trapeze.
Now, see, you're afraid of heights, but you'd like to do a trapeze.
But because I can hang on to it.
Okay.
And if there's a net there,
yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I would love to do that. That just fascinates me. I mean, I couldn't do the flips and all that because I'm too old.
Yeah.
Speaking of trapeze, did you see the pictures of Jimmy Mon painting the fountain again up at
No, I missed that.
Up at Canonsburg Park? Yeah. Jimmy Mon does it again.
We were walking. We walked 2 or 3 times past that in the last maybe week to 10 days. Mm-hmm. First time we walked by, it was at night.
Oh.
So, and we were like, no, it hasn't been filled up yet. And then the second time we walked by, it was just starting to get filled up.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Jim had already painted it by then.
Yeah, well, he was painting last week. He did 2 coats, I think.
Nice.
2 coats.
Yeah, somebody else had mentioned the painting going on.
Yeah.
I never saw the actual painting, but I
saw him painting. I don't know about the rest of the pool. He was painting. The fountain is a darker blue.
Yes, yeah. Well, that makes sense because
Miami blue.
I remember like a whole year and a half ago, in the off season. Well, no, the water was flowing and the fountain was on, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe they have it on to keep it from freezing. Well, then we came by, several months later. In this off season, it was off, and I was like, oh, I thought they kept it on.
Well, they did a lot of work. I mean, they did a lot of work.
You know why?
There. Well, first of all, they have a nice facility.
Yeah, but
what? Oh, it's their anniversary.
So here's 100 years, right?
100? Is it 100 years?
100.
Wow.
So I just thought about this now, first time. Disney and the town park same year.
Oh.
Because Walt Disney Corporation 100 years this year.
Oh, wow.
Not the parks and stuff, but Walter Elias Disney started his little.
You are a member of his family, right?
Not really, no.
Oh, sure you are.
But
sure you are.
Walter Elias Disney, and then whoever gave the money or gave the lease, the grant,
for
the deed for the park. Somebody gave that. Somebody said here
in Disneyland.
Canonsburg. No, here.
Oh, in Disney World.
I'm saying
here.
Walter Elias Disney and whoever.
I wonder who did own that land.
I should know.
I should know.
You think.
But John Severine posts all those Canonsburg pictures.
There hasn't been a lot that I've seen lately.
No.
Am I missing?
Well, he's back.
Okay.
I think he was busy with the goats.
Oh.
But anyway, when you look at the terrain when they started to build the pool, it's amazing how similar it still is. But what they had. It was like that. It was like that. It screamed for a swimming pool. Mm-hmm. It's like Al Barker's front yard. Screams for a swimming pool. Yep. I miss him, by the way. He better show up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been traveling.
I know, but see he's going traveling. You're going traveling.
You should go traveling. Wait, you just did?
A big deal. I drove overnight someplace.
Pam was gone traveling.
Pam was gone.
She's back.
Me, yeah.
She's back. She called you while she was traveling?
No, she called me Monday.
All right.
Because
she said, I'm back.
Well, Tuesday. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday was Tuesday.
Yeah, yesterday, because I put my sister
on the prayer
list while you guys were in.
We certainly have plenty of people on the prayer list right now. Yeah.
My sister is up and around.
Pray, please.
Today. Yeah.
Good.
She's up and around today.
I'm actually, when we're done here, I'm going to go make a couple of visits.
Are you?
Including the hospital. So.
Oh, good.
Yep.
You need me to come with you?
You want to?
Well, yeah. Are we going to do some praying?
I'm going to do some praying.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'll visit. You know that.
Always available.
Well, I'll visit. I like doing that.
You like doing that?
I do. I mean,
I believe it. I know. We've been.
I was actually just talking. I was
just talking about that.
Well,
we've got a member of the community who's the extended, not necessarily a member of our church, but a member of our community here in Canonsburg who really could use a miracle.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I know another member of our community.
Well, yeah, probably a couple, a few. But anyway, the one I'm thinking of, we were just talking about in the office, And interestingly enough, what came to mind is a visit that you and I made to a hospital.
David.
Yeah, 5 years ago. Is that what it was?
That long?
Something like that.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yep.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Family was being instructed to make arrangements.
Yeah. And if you just saw what we saw when we visited in the hospital, and many of you have.
Didn't look good.
No, it didn't look good at all. And he got on one side of David, and I got on the other side of David. We prayed on him. Good. And I prayed for him a long time. Prayed for him.
I got word about him while I was on vacation. I remember getting that phone call. I remember exactly where I was when I heard the news. We were in Rome, New York, at a what was it?
Wedding?
No. We were at a site where they've recreated an old fort.
Oh.
From like from like French and Indian, that kind of that kind of time.
Well, that would be up in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And anyway, so I got this call and got relayed what the situation was, and we got back and several times going to the hospital there, and then I get a call from my mom, and my mom says,
"He's gonna walk."
I had a dream about Dave, and I had a dream that he was walking out of the hospital.
Yep.
And I tell you, when he finally did make it out, it's just been.
I firmly believe that if it was just up to David to get himself out of that life-changing situation, I don't think he could have done it by himself. I know that prayer is what brought him back up to us again.
I have no doubt that God was deeply involved in that situation.
David was so far away.
And what to me is neat and encouraging is he continues to make progress.
Yes.
He is not the same as when he came out.
No.
He is better. It is slow.
Oh yeah.
But but
I hope he doesn't. I want him.
He's continued to make progress. He really has, and it's been neat to see.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
And we've seen a couple things. Al coming back without cancer. Yep. It's an amazing thing.
Yep.
And my friend Cheryl, is cancer free. Mm-hmm. Had blood work today, and everything is normal for a 78-year-old woman.
I don't know what that means.
Well, me either, but everything was normal. Yeah, good. There are miracles occurring all around, and we talked about this last week, and I'll bring it up again. The Holy Spirit is here among us, doing God's work. We need to open our eyes and look for it.
Yep.
The Holy Spirit is here. Do not succumb to anything less than truth and greatness. Do not succumb to anything less. Anything less is not acceptable. If you walk your life in the Lord, you'll have the best life, a better life than you could ever imagine.
Trust.
It's all about trust.
Yep.
I had a doctor's appointment myself this week.
Oh.
And
they checked inside here?
No. Although, it was
sounds
empty.
Pretty hollow.
Well, it is. It's actually underwater today.
Oh.
But that doctor's appointment was fine too. Yeah. And I know that our friend Dorothy. Is recovering at home.
Yep.
Yep. So, it's all good. I mean, God is good all the time. Believe it, live it. Throw your cares and regrets. Throw them at the foot of the cross. Throw them there. Sometimes I personally mentally imagine doing that. I know on our crosses we don't picture Christ and the crucifixion with his feet nailed to the cross. But when I do that with whatever I'm dealing with, that's what I picture, those feet nailed to that cross. And that's why he went to that cross, is for us to be able to do that and live cleanly, with clean hearts and clean minds, without fear. And we're so lucky to be able to talk about this freely. We're so lucky to live in a country that promotes this kind of talk. Oh yeah, there's a lot wrong right now in the United States, but there's still a lot right. And you have to find it.
There's always a lot wrong.
But in this place here, I mean, we've been working miracles here. He's been working miracles here.
Yeah, God's been working, not us.
Not us.
We just get to be witnesses to it.
Yeah, absolutely. We get to be witnesses. And we have to claim that as a witness. We have to. We have to. And I don't, we're not, I don't mean to sound like some crazy roly-poly, we're dancing the aisle, wave your arms Christian. I just mean we have to acknowledge it, that Christ is alive, that God is alive, that their spirit is here. And it's here right now with he and I. I know it. Yep. Especially now when I say it. When I say it, you know it. Yep. But he's here right now, and you have to be able to accept that he is here, and he is pouring out his love and his patience and his understanding and his empathy for everybody, not just for us, but there's enough for everybody. Yeah. Yeah. And that's it's amazing. I was watching Evan Almighty last night.
Okay.
With Jim Carrey.
Yep.
And or not Jim Carrey,
Steve Carell. Yeah, that was the second one. Yeah.
And he was going towards the end. The ark was getting built, and for some reason he looked up and said, "Could you love me a little less?" And that struck home for me.
Interesting. Yeah.
It struck home for me that no. The answer is no. I can't love you any less.
That's good.
I can't. And that movie brought to mind a couple things, but that was one of them. Is that when he looked up and said, "Could you love me a little less?" The answer is no.
That's good.
Yeah. The answer is no. And it's a great God we serve. I'm going to miss. That's what I'm going to miss most about you in your 11 weeks is serving in this place with you and worshiping in this place with you. I'm going to miss that.
You got a good guy.
I know, but we have a good guy that needs a rest too.
Thank you.
And so I'll be fly on the wall every place you go.
You know what I tend to do to flies on the wall, right?
Swat them.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of going though, before I go to the hospital. You want to share some music together?
Yeah, but should we talk about something happy? We did talk about happy.
We did.
Well, this Sunday's Volunteer Sunday.
Oh, we got two things this Sunday.
Yeah.
One, we got two baptisms.
Oh, yeah.
Father and son getting baptized. Wonderful. Very cool. Early service. Ben, I don't know, maybe Ben. No.
What's the guy's name?
Close. You want? Well,
I can't remember.
His son's name's Elijah.
Yeah.
His nickname is Harbo.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Justin Harbison.
Oh, Justin.
Justin and Elijah Harbison. Yep.
Yeah. I recognize that last name from the Spire, and I knew it,
because Elijah. Yep. He's probably one of the newest babies born to.
Yeah.
But also we're celebrating people who have served and volunteered over this past year. So some cake downstairs afterwards, some words and stuff in worship, and certainly the sermon will also have some notes and tones.
We got 2 more weeks of being blessed, right?
2 weeks. Yep.
Blessed
are the pure in heart, for they will see God.
That's this week.
That is this Sunday.
You are going to be. It's so funny that is that because when Megan and I were talking about the music for this week,
what's it going to be?
There's 2 or 3 sopranos that aren't going to be in worship this week. So I said to her on Sunday, I said, it went in my mind last Sunday. A Clean Heart is the name of an anthem that we sing. And I had no idea that we were going to
sing it. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
We're going to sing it, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're going to, yeah. Create in me a clean heart.
Create in me a clean heart. That one?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, not that one.
Okay, I know
that.
So
don't sing along.
I will sing along to a very different song and make it'll be terrible.
Well, yeah, it would be.
I don't do that.
Kind of like you and I singing now. Terrible. Yeah.
Well, let's share a little bit of music together, and
well, you really pushed the agenda along.
Yeah. If not, I'll get to the hospital about 7 o'clock tonight.
Miss, okay.
Next week,
this way this guy pushes me around.
Those videos are going to be 2 hours long.
Pushes me around in this studio, okay? We are so high tech right here. I'm telling you, it costs a small fortune to send this out to you each week. And what even is worse for me today is that I texted him early. I can have lunch today. And you know what he said? No, I can't. My meeting changed, okay? So his 9 o'clock got moved to 11 o'clock. Where? At Chico Bocello. Did you buy lunch or did whoever you meet buy lunch? Come on out with it.
They didn't even eat lunch.
They didn't even, you did.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you did. I have no doubt that you did. Okay. I got nothing. Got anything in your mind? Bye-bye.